Do you think it's true that women will make rules for the wrong guy but break rules for the right guy?
I do believe that.
I think so too.
Well, I mean, sometimes we like the bad boys, so we tend to break the rules for them.
Do you think that women tend to lust after bad boys but want to settle down with nice guys?
Oh, we sure do. I love a bad boy.
What's attractive about a bad boy?
They just have that quality that just is so attractive. You know?
How do bad boys treat women?
Horrible.
So then why would you want to be with a bad boy when they treat you badly?
Because they do other things that the good ones don't.
Like what?
I don't want to go there.
We know. We know.
They do.
Why do you think women don't pick the nice guys?
I mean, it's more of a thrill, I would imagine. I mean, you know, I get it that, you know, and I understand to some degree that like a guy who's very indecisive and, you know, you want someone who can kind of show that take charge mentality. So if you're indecisive, like, I don't know, where should we go out? Like, I get that gets frustrating, but you also have to understand if you're asking for the guy who really listens to you, he wants to know your opinion. That's actually what he's saying. He says, I want to listen to you. I want to hear what you're saying. I want to appreciate what you want out of this relationship, and I'll then take action. But women kind of more so I want you to just make the decision, tell me what to do, and then go with it and run with it from there. And so it's kind of like miscommunicated signals where they're asking for one thing and getting another, but even when they get it, they're not quite pleased with it. And yeah, to put it simply, it's a bit of a clusterfuck.
Do you think that men are assholes because women date assholes?
Yeah.
So then do you think women have the right to complain when they're enabling that behavior?
No. And like speaking truthfully, like I think back to one of my earliest girlfriends where I was definitely too much of a nice guy and I got walked all over. And I can tell you from experience, I changed my behavior to be more of an asshole simply for that point, in that I was like, I don't want this to happen again.
It's like men and women are different. It's okay, because the world doesn't care if you do what's easy. It's easy for us to get sex. It's hard for men to get sex. So it's like if you do the easy thing, everyone's like, okay.
Yeah. She know what I'm trying to say.
Who do you think is more likely to be able to have sex without feelings, men or women?
Men.
Well, if it's not,
That's hard because it's just like some females, they be out here, they can just have sex with a man for money and they just be that. And a man could just, you know, he could like what he just like what he see.
well, I mean, if it's not women, why do the majority of sex workers happen to be women?
Ah.
Oh, can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Would you say that bad boys, do you look at them as more of protectors?
They are protectors. I do feel like, you know, I found more security in the bad ones, but I also feel like I got used by more of the bad ones than I did being protected. So,
Speaking of being a protector, if women expect men to pay for sex, why don't men expect women to pay for bodyguards?
because they're stupid.
Why do women often describe men as stupid but then expect love from them in return?
Why do we describe them as stupid? Because we've been through a lot of stuff. So,
But isn't it fair to say a lot of men have been through a lot of stuff as well?
they have, but I feel like, you know, sometimes you get a good woman and you treat her like shit, and then you expect us to not call you stupid when you do us dirty, and then we're standing there looking stupid, but yet you are the stupid ones, because guess what? They always come back, and I can say that for prime example. Every one of them have come back.
Do you think that don't you think that's just like batting out of your league though? Like you get shit treatment because you're shooting too high?
I don't think I'm shooting too high.
I don't know you, but just like in general, like if you're, you know, if you're shooting too high, like they don't treat you right. You know what I mean? Because that's a guy that's got a lot of options.
And are we talking about the bad boys?
Yeah, like usually bad boys have a lot of options.
They may have a lot of options, but they don't have a lot of good ones. And I'm a good one, so therefore I'm going to always aim high, because guess what? The quality is always going to be there. So, I mean, if you lose out, then you're the one who's stupid.
But wouldn't you say if you're a good one, like someone would have picked you?
I can say if I was a good one, they would have picked me, but still, we always get overlooked, because sometimes being good doesn't always mean that they want a good girl. They want somebody that's a bad girl. And when you're too good to someone, then they feel like, you know, that's not what they want.
You feel like they like take advantage?
They do take advantage.
Nowadays is the woman expects that you are going to fill these roles, and if you're not, she's kind of going to overtake those roles, and the men get belittled. They feel lower self-esteem. They're not as high valued as they want to be, and it's kind of a juggling act. So
A man has 2 women. He lies to one. He tells the truth to the other. Which one does he love?
That's a tough one. Usually it's the one he's lying to
Why is that?
because he doesn't want to hurt her feelings, and it's harder to be just bluntly honest with a woman because you never know what her reaction is going to be. So if you're being bluntly honest with her, then you either respect her 100% or you don't really care how she's going to feel.
Do you think women often want what they can't have?
Yes.
So then wouldn't you say that chasing women is terrible advice for men?
Chasing women is terrible.
Because if he chases you, then he's basically telling you can have me, and he's no longer a challenge.
I like a chase because I always got my running shoes on. So yeah, I do like a chase.
Do you think that men prefer the chase or the catch?
They prefer the chase because when you're easy to catch, they don't want you after they got you.
So do you think women prefer men who like the chase?
I do. I love a good chase. As I said, I always got them running shoes on.
But wouldn't you say that men who prefer the chase are less likely to be loyal because they will continue chasing?
Yes. Very true because, well, once they actually get you, then they don't want you anymore, so. Which sucks, though, but unless you get a good guy who actually likes a woman that kind of holds out and she's good quality, then the chase was worth it.
But we don't like the good guys. And you said before, like, you make rules for them, right? So if you're making a guy wait, you probably don't like him that much. Because for Bruno Mars, you're down tomorrow, right?
Most likely. And it might be 15 minutes in. Might be 15 minutes in with Bruno now.
How long would he really have to talk to you?
Bruno?
Yeah, like, if he said, I want sex, like, would you?
If Bruno started singing Versace on the floor, everything would happen. I'd be butt naked before he got to the first verse. He wouldn't even have the first V out.
Can I tell you an interesting stat that I think most women don't know? You know, 1 in 3 men under 30 are either virgins or haven't had sex in the past year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So a lot of times, like, we'll complain about guys cheating, but we pick the cheaters because there's a lot of guys that won't cheat on you. We just don't like them.
I honestly did not know that, and that's a good fact to know.
Would you believe it? Like, does that make sense with what you've seen?
I believe it, but I still end up with a cheater.
Yeah, because I think we like guys that cheat.
Who's not having sex is somewhere where I don't see, because I'm going with the bad boys. So yes.
So would you say that a lot of women are more attracted to like toxic men?
Yeah, I think they are.
So why do women complain about, toxic masculinity when a lot of women are enabling that behavior by choosing to date bad boys and toxic men?
I think it stems from our childhood. Sometimes we have somebody in our life that is a toxic person because we've seen it happen to someone else in our family.